Hello everybody, welcome to Sociology 325, and we are first going to look at Chapter 1 and 2, The Road to Inequality and Mark's Wake. To start with, the text talks about Raggedy Dick by Horatio Algier Jr., and he talks about a young boy who saved a boy from drowning, and he was conveniently given a job that was $10 a week, which was 3 times more than what he had been given. So this really just set the young boy on his way. And Algier had over 100 plus novels, and a lot of them were about high-minded, poor young white boys who were seeking fame and fortune. And these books were very popular at a time in the late 19th century where there was a wide range of economic inequality. And so that brings us to what is social inequality. So social inequality is a situation in which individuals, families, or members of larger structures like neighborhoods or cities vary in access to such valued resources such as wealth, income, education, healthcare, and jobs. So as you can see, the picture on the left, the gentleman is talking about that there should be affordable health care for all because that does differentiate, that is part of social inequality. And then also on the right, we see where race is depicted as the access that is available for certain schools. So different races are available to go to most selective schools rather than open access schools, which are less restrictive. So it's really important that we look at social inequality, and leads us to social stratification. And now any society, not just the United States, displays social stratification. Now this is a deeply embedded hierarchy. So as you can tell by the picture, there's 3 levels with some ladders on the side. And this embedded hierarchy provides different groups varied rewards, resources, and privileges, and establishing structures and relationships that both determine and legitimate those outcomes. So social stratification is talked about a lot within the United States, which is why I provided this picture for you. So you can kind of see the differences within what may be social classes, the type of clothing that they wear, the entertainment and technology that they have. And so I just thought this was a great picture to kind of depict what we know social stratification to be. And a third central concept we'll look at is ideology. And these are values and beliefs that support society's social stratification systems, so what we just showed before, and their distribution of wealth, power, and income. So as you can see, I have the picture here depicting wealth, people having lots of money, power, and then also income and what goes into income. Now, the American ideology emphasizes the centrality of individual achievement, equal opportunity, as well as the importance of hard work. And this is most often received by politicians, business leaders, and media spokespersons. So this is really pushed upon people. So you see in the picture on the left, we have Michael Jordan. I've always believed that if you put in the work, the results will come. One of the great classic celebrity examples of hard work, coming from North Carolina, attending UNC, and then becoming one of the greatest basketball players ever. The trophy we have in the middle that kind of shows the individual achievement. And then also on the right, we see equal opportunity, which is something that people are still striving for in a lot of different ways within the United States. So you have social reproduction, which helps structure and activities to keep social inequality to be transmitted from one generation. And in order for that to happen, you have to have the social reproduction groups follow this habitus to keep the existing structures and cultural standards existing. So an example of this could be those who are very proud of their farming heritage that encourage their children to be successful farmers and not to view themselves as just the working class. So instead of just thinking, oh, we're this type of class, they expect them to be very proud of what they've been a part of as a culture, as an existing structure being a farm, such as the Democrats and the Republicans. So moving on through the different forms of capital, we have to talk about class. Now, class may be different than what you've known about it before. So the standard idea of American society in regards to schooling leaves out the idea of class. Class is a large category of similarly ranked people located in a hierarchy and distinguished from other large categories in the hierarchy by traits such as their occupation, education, income, and wealth. So let's take a look from your text about social reproduction and schooling, since we're talking about class and schooling. So you can see here the cultural capital for working class respondents show that parents often provide little guidance through the educational process and downplay the importance of school and a child's ability to do well at it. So it's just not something that they put a lot of emphasis on. Whereas the middle class, the parents are supporting, often guiding their children's educational progress and emphasizing the importance of schooling, especially college. It's one of those things where these parents in this form of cultural capital will say, there's no other choice, you have to go to college. Now, for social capital for the working class, few academically oriented peers or positive teacher contacts that might have promoted academic success, whereas the middle class respondents are immersed in school networks enhancing the pursuit of education. These are the people that are generally involved in the PTO. They have the time, the PTO, the PTA, the parents that are able to be involved in those different things, very adamant about their child's education. Then for human capital for the working class, there's frequent negative memory of school performance and of school itself. It's not exactly something that they've necessarily enjoyed or they remember spending a lot of time or happiness in, whereas the middle class has a widespread sense of having received the benefits of education. They really feel like it made a difference in them as a person, educational, social elements. And then financial capital, for the working class, about half of the respondents were dissatisfied with the nature of and payment from their jobs, and about half were content with their work. So it's kind of the financial capital at the bottom. Do you think maybe if they would have been pushed more positively from the cultural, social, and human capital, that the financial capital would be much more positive? Not sure. And then for the middle class, a clear majority of Gorman's subjects were satisfied with the content of their work and the financial rewards that they've received from all of the capital examples above.